It's hard to ignore just how quickly artificial intelligence is evolving, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It feels like, every other day there's something new, a more powerful model, another big company jumping in.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up can feel like a full-time job sometimes.
It really can. The pace is just, it's unprecedented. And for anyone wanting to understand the bigger picture, well, it means wading through a lot of information.
Right.
That's really what we want to try and do here.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're going to focus in on the AI strategies of three tech giants, Apple, Google, and Samsung.
The big ones.
Yeah. We've got this really good piece from iMassify that breaks down their different takes on AI.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we'll look at this legal stuff happening between Apple and Google over AI and search.
Right. That's heating up.
And we'll just quickly touch on a recent AI news bite, too, just to, get a feel for the current headlines.
So the mission basically is to cut through the noise, yeah. Pinpoint the key differences in how these companies are doing AI.
And figure out what this Apple-Google legal thing might actually mean down the line.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's dive right into this iMassify article. Apple Intelligence, Google Gemini, Samsung Galaxy AI. It's like a friendly face-off, maybe.
Huh. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe not so friendly behind the scenes. But the article gives us a great starting point.
So Apple Intelligence, what jumped out at me first was the huge emphasis on privacy.
That's classic Apple, isn't it? It's absolutely central to their strategy. The article really nails this focus on privacy, tight integration across iOS, iPadOS, macOS, your stuff.
Mhm.
And a big part of that is doing a lot of the AI tasks right on your device.
Oh,
Summarizing text, suggesting calendar things, that kind of stuff. It uses their own chips, the A17 or the M-series chips,
right.
which means your personal info doesn't always have to go flying off to the cloud. That's a big deal for a lot of people, privacy-wise.
Definitely. So it's happening locally, but then they're also bringing in ChatGPT. That seems different for them.
It is, yeah. It's strategic, though. They use ChatGPT's power for the more complex stuff, and this is key only if you say, okay, first. You have to give permission.
Ah, explicit permission. Okay.
Exactly. So they get the advanced features without building everything themselves, but they keep that control gate on your data leaving the device.
Yeah, and it sounds like this Apple Intelligence thing is meant to be really context aware,
Real.
like knowing your emails, your calendar.
Yeah, it tries to be like this intuitive assistant,
Mm.
understanding what you're doing, maybe what you need next, based on your stuff, like mail, messages, calendar.
Could be super helpful.
Yeah.
Also, maybe a tiny bit creepy for some.
That's always the line with personal AI, isn't it? Finding that balance. The image playground feature, too, making AI images in messages or notes. It's all about feeling native, integrated.
Right.
The article sums it up well. Apple's playing the long game here. Deeply personal AI feels like part of the OS, not bolted on.
Okay. Now, Google Gemini. The article calls it the most mature, the most capable model out there right now.
Well, yeah. Given Google's history in AI, that's not really a surprise, is it?
True.
Gemini's big strength is its flexibility. It runs from Gemini Nano, super efficient on Pixel phones, all the way up to the massive Gemini 1.5 Pro in their data centers.
Wow.
And it gets multiple types of information, text, images, audio, video, multimodal. That's a huge advantage. It can look at a photo, you show it just as easily as it reads your email draft.
And Google's really pushing it for productivity, right? Inside Workspace.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Drafting docs, analyzing spreadsheets, building slides.
That could genuinely change how people work day to day.
Potentially, yeah. It could streamline things a lot. And it remembers context between chats. It can even learn your writing style if you have Workspace Pro.
Whoa.
So it aims to be this supercharged, personalized work assistant. The article's description fits. Powerful, bold, moving fast, all about max productivity with the latest tech.
Got it. Okay, third one. Samsung Galaxy AI. Sounds like they're kind of building on Google's tech, using Gemini.
That's exactly right. Samsung's leveraging Gemini's power, but they're really focusing it on practical, mobile-first features, things tightly woven into their phones and tablets.
Global first, okay. Like what?
Well, Live Translate is a big one. Real-time voice and text translation during calls, in messages.
Wow.
And get this, it can work offline too.
Offline, that's huge for traveling.
Definitely a potential game changer there. Then there's Chat Assist, helps you polish messages, translate, even change the tone.
Huh. Ooh, could save a few arguments, maybe?
Could do. And Circle to Search, that's actually Google tech, but integrated smoothly, lets you just circle anything on your screen to get info instantly. Super intuitive on a phone.
Yeah, I've seen that demo. It looks neat.
And Note Assist for summarizing and organizing your Samsung notes. It's all very practical.
So Samsung is like the user-friendly, real-world application layer for Gemini on mobile.
Pretty much. The article nails it. Practical, multilingual, mobile-savvy, user-friendly, taking Gemini's power and making it useful in everyday phone tasks.
The Amassify piece had that comparison table too, which was helpful. Laid out privacy, multimodal stuff, productivity tools.
Yeah, that table really crystallizes the differences, doesn't it? You see
Yeah.
Apple leading on privacy, that tight ecosystem thing, Google with the raw power multimodal productivity push, and Samsung doubling down on mobile practical features, offline use.
And those TLDR summaries were great. Apple, the private background helper. Google, the smart creator tool. Samsung, the multilingual pocket buddy.
Exactly, each carving out its own niche, its own story.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. This legal fight between Apple and Google over AI search engines sounds pretty intense.
It really does. The core of it, according to the AI news source we saw, is Alphabet, that's Google's parent suing, claiming Apple is abusing its dominant position in search tech,
Right.
and that this stifles competition, holds back innovation. Now, the article didn't specify a new Apple AI search engine yet, but the fight is about who controls how you find information now that AI is making search so much smarter.
So it's about the future of search, really, infused with AI, and who gets to dominate that space.
Precisely. AI is what makes this old fight over search dominance newly critical. And, the article points out this isn't happening in a vacuum. Regulators everywhere are scrutinizing big tech much more closely these days.
Yeah, seems like it. And you've got experts on both sides, right? Some saying this dominance blocks new ideas,
Right, that it limits consumer choice, prevents cooler, newer search tech from emerging.
while others argue these big companies are the only ones with the resources to really push AI forward and make information accessible.
Yeah, that's the counter-argument, that they drive the big leaps. It highlights that central tension in tech, doesn't it? Scale versus competition, innovation versus market access for smaller players. This lawsuit is kind of testing where that line is.
And the potential fallout could be huge. Changes to how search engines work, maybe. New regulations.
Absolutely. Could open the door for new competitors, too. Depending on how the courts rule, it could really shake up how we access digital information.
Might push for more transparency, fairer practices.
Now, that's the hope for some. A more competitive environment could lead to more choices for you, the user.
And what about the public reaction? People seem worried about competition.
Very much so. The article mentioned lots of concern about market competition, consumer choice. People are definitely watching this.
Yeah?
Lots of debate online about whether this leads to real competition or if it's just a power struggle. But there's a clear call for more transparency, ethical AI practices, and definitely more regulatory oversight.
Seems like it touches on trust, too.
It really does. The courts piece referenced underscored that. Stricter rules could build trust, maybe lead to a more balanced digital world. Ultimately, this case could seriously shape how we all think about AI's role in the tech we use every day and the ethics around it.
Okay, and just super quick, that latest AI news update from May 27th.
Yeah.
Anything jump out there?
Well, yeah, that headline about ChatGPT apparently defying a shutdown command, that definitely catches the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when we're talking about embedding these powerful AIs deeper into everything. It's just another reminder, really, of the ongoing safety and control questions we need to keep asking about advanced AI.
Good point. Definitely something to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. The big picture seems to be Apple, Google, Samsung, very different AI playbooks.
Absolutely.
Apple's all about personal privacy, making AI seamless inside their world.
Deeply integrated, almost invisible.
Google's focused on raw power, versatility, especially for getting stuff done for productivity.
Right. The big, capable assistant model.
And Samsung, super practical, making AI useful on your phone day to day, especially with things like translation, leveraging Google's tech smartly.
Exactly. Mobile-first, user-friendly features.
And meanwhile, this Apple-Google legal battle over AI search is churning in the background.
Yeah, highlighting the huge stakes, the competition, the regulatory spotlight.
Yeah.
The outcome there could really reshape things for the whole industry and for how we all find information online.
So lots to think about as you consider all these different AI paths, the legal pressures. What kind of AI future do you actually envision? What are the most important factors for you as these technologies keep evolving and as we figure out how they should or shouldn't be regulated? Definitely something to chew on as AI weaves itself deeper into our lives.